Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back and I'm also bronzed. Like, get into this. I am looking like a bronzed goddess today, and that ties in perfectly with this video because we are showcasing the new Juvia's Placed bronzed collection. And this collection has a new eyeshadow palette, which is a 6-band palette, 3 brand new bronzer duos, so this is new to their lineup. They also have 3 liquid lipsticks, 2 lip glosses, and a lip liner included in this collection. And I'm gonna show you swatches of all these products in this video, as well as do a demonstration with all the bronze duos that were sent my way, as well as the eyeshadow palette. But before we get into any of that, I do have a sponsor for a portion of this video, and that is Ana Luisa Jewelry. They are one of my favorite companies to work with because I absolutely love the jewelry that they create. I love the pieces that I've picked up from them personally. I've picked up items for gifts. I've done Christmas gifts for my mom, which is a perfect tie-in for Mother's Day. So this time around, they're having a 15% off Mother's Day sale, and the sale is currently ongoing on their website, and it will last until May 10th. So you do have some time to pick up any last-minute Mother's Day gifts, because I think jewelry is like a perfect gift for your mother. I know my mom personally loves getting jewelry as gifts, and she's loved the pieces that I've picked up for her from Ana Luisa. So for Christmas, I got us matching sets of the infinity bracelet and the infinity necklace, and she loves them because she loves delicate jewelry and she loves gold pieces, especially for earrings because her ears get really sore. And Ana Luisa mainly uses gold for their jewelry. They have a ton of gold plated jewelry as well, and these are sustainably made, so they're using recycled gold materials and they're high quality. And one of the things that I love about this company is that they keep their manufacturing and production carbon neutral, so they're not adding to excess waste in the environment, which I absolutely adore. And they have third-party independent audits on their manufacturing locations. And I love that they're taking a more sustainable approach to manufacturing, so their products are manufactured in small batches and limited quantities. So they're not just adding excess all over the place, and they do use recycled materials. And that's what I love about the company, but I want you guys to hear from my mom herself. So she's popping in for a guest appearance. She spent some time with me this last month, so she decided to pop in, do a little guest appearance, and also let you know how she feels about the pieces that I've picked up for her. So let's hear from my mommy. Hey guys, so this is my mom.
Hi.
You guys have met her before. We went on a trip 2019 or yeah, 2019 for Mother's Day. So you guys have met her. She's done a Q&A, and since it's Mother's Day coming up again, I wanted to mention the jewelry that I got you from Ana Luisa for Christmas. And you've gotten a couple of pieces actually.
Yes, I did.
What do you think of them? So I got you the infinity bracelet, which I have the matching one.
It's beautiful.
I know you like soft, delicate pieces, and that's what I like too.
Yes.
So, and I know my mom loves bracelets, by the way.
Pod.
We got 2 more bracelets, matching ones. So these are a beaded one. I think you can put that over your hand. So what do you think of these, and what do you think about getting jewelry as a gift?
I like jewelry. Yes, I do. But not the bright, loud ones. Very soft. Yes, I'm a jewelry person.
And she loves gold.
Gold, yes.
So a lot of the I think she's wearing one of the earrings too. This one that I picked up. I picked these up for myself, but she's been spending the last month with me, so I gave her these to wear, and they're now hers. So, Mommy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about me being on YouTube?
I think it's great. It's a way of probably helping other people, sharing your expertise. Other guys can learn from it. Mm-hmm. And being my daughter, I'm very proud of you.
Ah! What do you tell people when you tell them I have a YouTube channel?
They say, really? what name is it? And I tell them, and they say, oh my God, oh my God. She does a lot of makeup. She's so pretty.
Aww.
Does she do all of that makeup? I say, yes. But you don't wear makeup. I say, my days of wearing makeup is over.
So I've mentioned this before in a Q&A, but I never grew up with my mom wearing makeup. So it wasn't like, oh, I got into makeup because my mom was into makeup. My mom wore like what, lipstick maybe?
Lipstick and a little eyeshadow then, but I was
Barely.
finished with makeup at age 30.
Oh, and you were 31 when I was born.
Yeah.
No, you turned 31.
No, I didn't.
You were 30 and you were
30. I was at 31. Yeah.
And then you turned 31 that year because I'm born January and she's born in July. So
I never had time. I had too many kids, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, running around, a single mom. So
what do you think about all of this makeup that I have now?
it's good. I'm like a little dumbstruck when I came in and saw all of this. It has grown over the period of time I've been here. But it's wonderful. If that's what you like, you go into it. And from you were young child, you used to be in like those, like to twirl around in those dresses, and you used to wear my shoes and the little lipsticks that I had, you would play around with it. So she was into fashion. I don't know if she told you at age 8, I had her in a grooming school. She was being groomed for the Mini Miss Jamaica, but because of her scholarship to Volumizing, she wasn't able.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So my high school did not allow us to participate in pageants. So I wasn't able to actually participate in like the Mini Miss Jamaica and the Miss Jamaica stuff. So I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the way she behaves now, not being a lady.
Hi Willa.
Here's my little girl.
You wanna come say hi?
Come, mama.
Come say hi to the camera.
Are you?
Here's Willa.
This is my family. Come on in.
I know Adam is not looking all crazy.
This is my family. This is my middle son. This is my son.
Hi.
That's Adam, and here's Maxie.
Maxie. This is my baby. Max, how old were you when I started taking care of you?
2 months old.
Talk to them. So let them hear. How old were you?
2 months old.
2 months old, and he's now
Hey, Abby.
10.
We're all on camera right now.
3/4.
Yes, and here is my daughter, son.
This
and
is my
middle
this is
son.
my half sister now.
Yes, we're
That's
all
Abby.
family. Don't look at the color,
Fun
please.
room. What a fun.
They're seeing the room for the first time.
And that's Richard over there.
I love it.
Hello.
All right, so now you've met everybody. Now we're gonna go because we have food to eat. So,
Bye.
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 Now guys, do you love my mom or not? Like, come on, she is so sassy. That's where I get it from, just in case you were curious. So again, if you wanted to check out Ana Luisa jewelry, they're offering 15% off now until May 10th, and you can go ahead and order your last minute Mother's Day gifts if you wanted to pick up some jewelry for your own mothers. And like I mentioned, this Ana Luisa sponsorship really lines up well with the rest of this video, because my favorite piece that I picked up recently is the goddess necklace, and this is so in line with what Juvia's Place is all about. All of their palettes have this beautiful imagery of women empowerment and goddesses and queens, and I love that about Juvia's Place, and I thought it was perfect to tie in with my favorite piece from Ana Luisa. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video so we can showcase the bronze collection from Juvia's Place. And again, definitely check out Ana Luisa for 15% off. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so we're gonna start out by testing out the bronzed duo bronzers, and I have 3 shades here, and I'll show you the swatches so you can see them up close and see them compared to each other. And as the shade names imply, tan is intended to work on tan skin tones, dark is meant to work on dark skin tones to deep tan skin tones, and then deep dark will work on very dark skin tones to rich chocolate skin tones. Now there are 2 shades in each duo, and we're gonna start out with the tan duo. And as you can see, these shades have a very beautiful caramelly undertone, even leaning a little bit more orange. So I'll apply each shade to one side of my face so you can see the difference in color. And I'm gonna go in with an angled brush from Colored Rain. So we're repping black owned brands right now. And I'm applying this on bare skin. I don't have foundation on. I just have a very light layer of primer. So let's start out with the tan shade like I mentioned, and there are two shades. So I'm gonna apply the light shade first, or the top shade, and we're gonna just tap that on my jawline area. If you apply this over foundation, it might deepen up. On my skin tone right now, this has a very beautiful caramelly undertone. I don't know if you guys can tell. And if you have tan skin or skin with warm caramelly undertones, this might be a good duo for you to pick up because it's gonna add that warmth to your skin without adding a gray cast, because it is a bronzer, right? And I like to bronzer, which means to use a bronzer as a contour. I think the shade has a beautiful undertone, but as you can see, it's very close to my skin tone, so it's not gonna give me a lot of color payoff. It will probably show up a little bit more if I have liquid foundation on, but right now on bare skin, there's not a lot of color payoff, but I think the undertone is stunning. All right, let's go in with the second side of the palette, which is slightly deeper. It still has that warmer undertone as well. And this one shows up a little bit more intensely on my skin, as you can see. And I do like this. And remember, since they're duos, you can mix them together to get your perfect shade. So maybe this one is right up your alley because it has that warmth to it, and then you can use the deeper shade here to darken up this lighter shade. So here you have the tan duo, which I think is beautiful. These powders are applying pretty nicely. I don't see any dryness or any patchiness, and they're blending out well, again, on bare skin. So here you have both shades of the tan duo applied to my skin. The lighter shade is a warm caramel brown. It is a little bit more on the medium brown side, and then we have the deeper shade, which is a little bit deeper and richer, but it also has a warm caramelly undertone. Now let's move on to the dark duo, and these have more of a rosy red undertone, and the lighter shade leans a little bit more on the terracotta side. So let's start out with the lighter shade again. Wow, okay. This one definitely picks up a lot more on my skin than the tan version, and you can see the lighter shade has that terracotta, like burnt orange look to it. Obviously, I wouldn't apply it like this under normal circumstances, but I want to show you the color on my skin. I would blend it a lot more, but I want you to see what color you can expect. So you see this one is definitely more on the orangey terracotta side, which I really like for my complexion because I have warmer undertones. I don't really like a red bronzer or a gray tone bronzer. So this one, I would blend out definitely. But it looks beautiful, and I think this might be the one for me because the deeper side, which we'll apply now, is a little bit more red based. And this one I don't mind either, just by applying it. It doesn't translate as red as I expected it to. In fact, it looks more on the orangey side, which again I like because it blends in well with more of a caramelly undertone. You definitely see it is more red than this side. Again, you would blend it out better than I am right now. But here we have the dark duo. So we have the light side, which has more of a terracotta orangey undertone, and the deeper side is more red toned, but it still has that terracotta warmth to it. So I think this duo is probably the one I would go with, and I would mix the two shades. All right, now let's move on to the deep dark duo, which of course is gonna be too dark for my skin tone, but I wanna see how it applies and if I'm able to kind of make it work for my skin tone. So again, we're gonna start out with the deeper shade, and it seems like from the three duos that the top shade, the lighter shade, has more of an orangey or warm tone caramel undertone. And then the richer shade is more on the red tone or cooler tone side, which means you can mix the two dependent on your undertone and create your own custom shade, which is perfect because like I said, I like a warmer tone bronzer for my skin tone, but I can mix and mingle as I need for my hairline because I tend to use a deeper shade on my hairline just to make it blend a little bit more. And then in the hollows of my cheeks to bronzer, I will use a more caramel tone. So this side is more warm tone, more caramelly, but it does have a little bit of red to it as well. Of course, it looks crazy because that's the deep shade. All right, let's go in with the deeper shade, which actually looks a little bit more on the purpley plum side. It's definitely a richer shade, but it has a deeper, richer, almost purpley brown undertone to it. So I'm gonna apply that, and you can see the undertone difference in the two. This one is definitely warmer and this one is cooler, more berry, more purple. And you can see that it applies pretty nicely to my skin. I mean, it looks unblended because of course I don't have everything else on my face, but here you have the two shades. You can definitely see the undertone difference here, and I feel like I can still use this deep dark duo and just mix it in with the other shades and it would work out really well. So here you have it. Here's the deep dark duo. The light side is definitely warmer, more orangey, more on the coral side. And then the deeper side is definitely more cool tone. It has more red to it and it even leans slightly purple. Alright, now let's go ahead and move on to the Bronze Rustic eyeshadow palette, which has 6 shades included. We have 4 mattes and 2 shimmery shades. We have a mustard orangey yellow followed by like a bright raspberry pink. And then we have 2 brownie shades. One is more on the medium tone brown side. One is a little bit deeper and that one has a little bit more of a pinky undertone. Then we have a golden bronze shade and more of a pinky peachy bronze shimmer. I already went in with my eyeshadow primer, which is also from Juvia's Place. It's the Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer. I use shade number 2 just all over my eyelids, and I blended it out with a sponge just to make sure we have an even application. And I think we're gonna do something pretty fun today. I love the colors in this. This is not what I think about when I think of a bronze palette. This one leans a little bit more on the fun, almost tropical corally side versus like a true bronze, but we're gonna have fun with it anyway. I'm gonna start out with the mustard yellow shade, and I'm going to blend that in my crease line area using a large blending brush from Sonia G. This is the Detail Pro brush, and it will allow me to just get a nice wash of color in the crease rather than full-on pigmentation. And that mustard shade is, ooh, it's so pretty. It's showing up really well, and I'm gonna build up the color a little bit more because I do want the shade to pop out against our brow bone area. It's gonna be kind of a transition shade, but I still want the color to show up and peek out behind the other colors that we're gonna apply. So I'm just gonna keep building it up, and it is applying so beautifully. Like, look at that pigmentation. I mean, the primer is pretty good at picking up color, and it really is allowing this to just pop against my skin tone, and it's blending out really easily. Now let's go in with the raspberry pink shade, which it's so stunning, and I'll use a smaller blending brush. This is from Colored Rain. It's their large blending brush, and it's slightly smaller than the Sonia G brush, and we're just gonna apply that color in the crease and blur it into the mustard shade that we had before. And like I said, I want the yellow to pop out above this pink. It's very potent, so don't pick up too much. It really does pick up intensely. I'm gonna actually have to go back in with a little bit more of the yellow because this color is almost covering it up. It's so pigmented. So a little goes a long way with this shade. Just be mindful of that. And I'm bringing that all the way into the inner crease line so we can create almost like a cut crease effect. And I'm really fading it out on the inner tear duct and inner crease area because I don't want it to be too punchy there, but on the outer lid it can be a little bit more intense. So I'm gonna go back in with a bit of the yellow just at the edge and blend the color. Again, I want the orangey yellow to peek out, kind of like a sunset. So we're just gonna blend it out, and it's turning the edge of that color orange, which I love. That is so pretty the way it's fading. It's given this like sunset look. And I'm gonna bring some of the yellow on the inner crease as well, just to blend out the edge of that color so it's not too intense on that inner crease line. That is so pretty, and they are blending so well together. It's really effortless at this point. All right, now let's go in with the deeper brown shade, and I'll pick that up on a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques, and I'll apply that on the outer lid area. This color is not a rich deep brown, so it's almost blending in with the pink shade. It's adding just a little depth, but not too much color, which is nice for an everyday look. I tend to like my outer V to be a little bit smokier, so I might go in with one of the bronzers to add just a little depth. So this is not gonna give you intense color at all. It's not gonna give you a lot of pigmentation, but it blends really well with the pink shade, which is a great complement in the palette. All right, so I'm gonna go into the deep dark duo since this has the deepest shades in there, and I'm gonna pick up the deeper of the two shades, and let's pop that on the outer V. Now this is a face product, it's not an eyeshadow, so I don't expect it to give me full-on pigmentation. It's not going to apply as an eyeshadow would, with the level of pigmentation and intensity, which is a good thing because you're using it on your face. You don't want it to be overly pigmented because then blending it out would be a task. And it's adding just the right amount of depth that I need here because I don't necessarily want this to be a rich deep look, you know what I mean? So yeah, that actually works pretty well. I think added some depth that we wanted, but it's not overwhelming the look. I think that is actually pretty. Back to the palette, and I think we're gonna use the golden bronze shade here. I'm gonna pick that up on a Worker Pro brush from Sonia G. Ooh, wow, my brush is not damp. This is completely dry, and look how intense. Ooh, look how intensely that picks up. I love that. Oh my god, that is so stunning. Now that I apply that, I kind of want to do a halo eye. Or do I want to do a shimmery inner tear duct? This is so pretty. Oh my god. So it's a golden bronze, and it blends in well with the warmer shades on the lid because we have that mustard, then we have the red shade, and look how well it blended out. Ooh, I like that. All right, let's use the peachy pink shimmer shade. Why not? This one I'm gonna apply on the inner lid. This one is a little bit more flaky than the bronze shade. I'm using the same brush, and this one just doesn't apply as intensely, and it looks very similar actually to the bronzy shade, only it has more of a pinky hue to it. It's pretty, but I feel like the bronze shade is just winning right now. All right, so I am gonna do the halo eye. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the deep brown from the palette on that inner tear duct, and you see here it picks up. It's not a light color, it's just not a rich dark shade. All right, let's go back to the bronzer and pick up some of that as well and pop on that inner tear duct just to create the halo effect. And again, because these are bronzers, they're face powders, they're not gonna overwhelm the eye look. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, blend just a bit in the crease line. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and apply some face makeup and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and applied my face makeup and now let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. So now I'm gonna go in with the matte light brown shade. Well, it's not a light brown, it's a medium brown. And we're gonna pop that on the brow bone area as our highlight. It is a medium toned, kind of peachy brown. So it's not gonna really lift my brow, but I just need to set down the brow bone area with that color. Adds a little bit of something and it helps to blend out the edge of the color. Now, interestingly, the color on my eyelids turned out to be this really bold orange rather than like the pink and the yellow. So those colors kind of came together to create this look, which I am not at all mad at. Now let's go in with the bronzer again, the deep bronzer, and I'll pop that on the lower lash line area. I already applied my lower lash mascara and also some lower waterline liner, which is a light caramel brown just to offset the rest of the eyes. And I think that looks really beautiful. So it adds a little bit of depth. All right, now let's go ahead and finish up the face. And I actually want to go into this pink shade and use it as a blush. So I'm just gonna pop it on the apples of my cheeks. Now this is a eyeshadow, obviously, right? So it's gonna be a lot more pigmented than a face color. So I'm just picking up a little bit, and we saw from applying it on the eyes that it's really pigmented. So I'm just gonna blend that out. But it's a really pretty color, and I feel like since it's on the eyes, it's gonna tie in well to have it on the cheeks as well. So just blend that out. And that works as a beautiful color. So if you have this palette or you have a palette with a beautiful like pinky color in it and you want to pop it on the cheeks, go ahead, like why not, right? And I kind of want to go in with the shimmery pinky shade as a highlight, just a little bit. We're gonna see how it works. So I'm just gonna use my large blending brush. This is the Detail Pro again from Sonia G, and just apply it to the high points just to blend it out. It's a little bit too sparkly for my taste, but it's still a pretty color. So if you're into that kind of highlight, that might work out for you. And now we're gonna go into the bronzer and apply it the way I would over a full face of foundation and all that. So I'm going to go in with the dark duo, and I'm gonna pop a little bit of the lighter shade, the top shade, on the same brush that we were using, and just lightly tap it by the hollow of my cheek and blend it back and forth. And this color is again more on the warm side than the other tone in the duo, and I'll bring a little bit of that upwards into my hairline just by my brow bone space, and that's gonna give me a bronzer. So you see how this side looks versus this side, and I think that looks really, really gorgeous. Oh my god. So I'm just using the edge of the brush so we don't get too much product, and then I'll blend upwards towards my cheekbone so we get a lift to the cheeks rather than a pull down effect. And I'll blend it in again with my hairline, and I think that looks gorgeous. Oh my god. I thought the tan shade might be my color, but this is looking beautiful. All right, for my hairline, I'm gonna go in with the deeper shade. So I'll pick that up and apply it just on my hairline area. And again, they're lightly pigmented, so you build them up rather than getting full-on pigmentation all at once. And I love a deeper shade on my hairline. So having this duo is perfect because it gives me the option to use one shade for the contour, bronzer situation, and then one for the hairline. That looks amazing. And look how well it blended out. It doesn't look dry or chalky. It just blended really, really well. Okay, let's use a little bit of that on my jawline area. Just to get a little chisel to the chubby. Ooh, that looks nice as well. Again, you see how easily they're blending out? I really do like this. I think the formulation is nice, and I think the shade selection is really great as well. So there you have it. That is the finished face. Now let's go in with the lip products because we have 3 liquid lipsticks and 2 lip glosses to try out. And we're gonna try out all of them. So let's zoom back in just a little closer so you can see each shade. So we're gonna start out with the first shade, which is Bronzed Toast. This is a deep nude brown shade. This one is a deep chocolatey brown. It has warmer undertones. It's not on the cool side. It is stunning. It's a rich, deep chocolatey brown. So if you were looking for a deep brown lip, I think this is stunning. Moving on, let's try out the next shade, which is Bronzed Maple. This is described as a rustic, deep, orangey nude shade. This one is such a beautiful, deep terracotta orange. It's so stunning. I think I'm in love, guys. I really love an orangey shade on my lips, and with this deep terracotta vibe, I am loving it, and I think it pairs beautifully with this eye look. And then last up from the liquid lipsticks, we have Bronzed Chestnut, which is a warm, universally flattering nude shade. This shade is a beautiful, deep, medium caramel brown, and it almost looks exactly like my skin tone. This is such a beautiful nude shade on me. It has that warm caramelly undertone to it that makes it absolutely stunning. I really like this shade. All right, let's move on to the lip gloss shades. So there are 2 shades available, and these are the bronzed lip gloss. And the first shade up is Bronzed Sugar. This shade is a light pinky beige gloss, and it has some pigmentation to it, but it can still be shared out. I would not wear this alone because I don't do really light nude lips like this, but this would be a perfect color to layer up and create an ombre with one of the liquid lipsticks. Then the next shade is Bronzed Rose. This one is more up my alley. It's like a medium tone peachy pink nude gloss, and it's so stunning. This I could wear alone, and again, I can still layer it over the liquid lipsticks, but this one I'm comfortable wearing alone because the color is really flattering on my skin tone. So the final lip color that I decided to go in with is the liquid lipstick in Bronzed Maple, which is the orange terracotta shade. As I said, this lip color kind of pairs perfectly with the eyeshadow look, so I am loving this terracotta shade. And then I'll top the center of my lips with a little bit of the lip gloss in Bronzed Sugar, which is the lighter of the 2 shades, just to give a lighter glossy effect to the center of my lips. So here you have it. This is the final look, but I think we are due for an outfit change. What do you say, right? So I will be right back. All right, guys, so here you have it. This is the final look, and I am absolutely, oh my god, I had lipstick eye teeth. Hold on just a bit. Boom, that is a trick to remove the extra lipstick on the center of your lips so it doesn't transfer to your teeth. Anyway, here's the final look, and I think it is so gorgeous. I absolutely love how the eyes turned out, right? It's so pretty. It's such a beautiful orangey toned look. Even though I thought more of the pink would show through, it actually changed it into an orange, and I'm not mad at it at all. And even using the pink on the cheeks really worked out well. And I love the bronzer, how it applied. As you can see, it's not patchy, it doesn't look dry on my skin. And I also love the lip color. Like, this is such a beautiful terracotta, and for me, I love terracotta shades on my lips, so I am all for it. So all in all, I think the eyeshadow palette is really nice. I really like the quality. It is the same quality as I've come to expect from Juvia's Place. The mattes blended out really well. They have great pigmentation to them, and they don't get patchy as you blend them out. They build up really nice. This brown shade though is the deepest shade in the palette, so this translates as a very daytime wearable palette versus like a deep smoky palette because there are no real deep rich shades in here. But I think all the shades work really well together, and I really love this golden bronze shade. The pinky bronze shade is not my favorite. It flakes a little bit, but I still like it. I would apply that damp though, but this bronze, stunning. And then the mattes again performed really well, so I do like this palette. It's not what I would expect from a bronze theme though. I expected more deep like brownie tones, but this to me is more on the almost tropical watermelon coral side versus like a true bronze palette. As for the bronzer duos, I really like these as well. They applied so well and blended out so easily on my skin. Like, look at this. Right? Look how nice that looks. I really like this. So my preferred duo would be the dark duo, and I think it gave me great color on my jawline, and it looks like my skin just with a little bit of sculpting, because I have the option to use a warmer color for bronzing and then a more red tone shade for my hairline, which gives me a more sun-kissed look rather than like, ooh, it's contour, it's gray, you know what I mean? So I love these as bronzers. These are really beautiful, and I love that they paired a more warm tone shade with a more cool tone reddish tone shade, and I think they work perfectly. Like even the tan can work for me. This would be if I'm going for a really light look. Like I'm not going too heavy. I'm not trying to look all bronzy and golden. I think this would work well too. The deep dark shade, this is a little bit too rich for me, but I can still make it work. But I would stay away from this if you're my skin tone. If you're deeper, this might be a great one to check out. Remember, this shade is gonna be more on the purpley side. It's a little bit more cool tone, and then the other shade is a little bit warmer, which I think is actually a great pairing for bronzers, and I haven't really seen that done. For the lip products, I really do like their liquid lipstick formula. I think it's very comfortable, and it's great for layering with lip gloss, which is what I prefer to do. So I like when a liquid lipstick doesn't get thick and goopy, and these don't when you layer them with lip gloss. I really like that. I just have to remove like the excess off the little applicator, because a lot will come out on the applicator when you pull the wand out. So just be mindful of that. Remove the excess. And then the lip glosses, I also like these lip glosses, but one of my ones is defective. It broke off. That, not my favorite thing to happen, but here we are. These lip glosses are not my favorite formula because they are a little bit thicker, and I found myself liking thinner lip glosses, more watery lip glosses, but these are still pretty comfortable. They're not sticky at all. They're not really thick, but they have a thicker formula, like a glossier formula. They definitely have more creaminess to them. So if you're not into that feeling, then these might not be for you, but I do like the lip glosses from Juvia's place. It's just that I prefer a thinner formula, but I do like how this looks, how shiny it looks. It's very comfortable. Again, not sticky. It doesn't give you, you know, those little strings. It's gross. These are just in between watery and like thick. So I do like these as well. And overall, I think this collection is spot on. I think it's definitely worth checking out, and I actually want to try out the blushed collection as well to see what that has in store for me, even though I don't like rosy mauvey shades or pinky shades. And as mentioned in the introduction, don't forget to check out my link below for Ana Luisa. Check out their jewelry for last minute Mother's Day gifts. Again, they're doing a sale right now that's 15% off, so definitely check them out. I absolutely love their pieces, and I love working with Ana Luisa because they are a company that I stand behind and I fully support. And I fell in love with this goddess necklace. Oh my god, it's one of my favorite pieces, if not my favorite piece I've gotten so far from them. It's just like a little bit of extra sass, and I think it pairs so well with Juvia's place because they are all about the goddess and the queens and the Nubian princesses, so I absolutely love them. So don't forget to check them out. I will leave links to all the products mentioned and used in this video down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. If those links have an asterisk next to them, that means that they are affiliate links, which means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. But if you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop. No muss, no fuss. I'm still happy you're here watching and supporting. But if you do shop through my links, thank you so much, because it does help me to put right back into the content, and I see you guys using my links, so thank you again so much. I appreciate the support. And if you want to go ahead and show more support, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, like, favorite, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And if you aren't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And until my next video, wait, I'm gonna leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.